The Long Island Serial Killer. A true story of coastal dread. Between 1996 and 2011, the desolate beaches of Long Island, New York, became a dumping ground for a serial killer who preyed on sex workers, leaving at least 10 bodies wrapped in burlap along Ocean Parkway. Known as the Long Island Serial Killer or Gilgo Beach Killer, this elusive predator exploited the anonymity of online escort services, targeting vulnerable women with chilling precision. Despite a decades-long investigation, only one suspect has been charged, and questions linger about additional victims and accomplices. This case, steeped in tragedy and secrecy, continues to haunt the shores of Long Island. Who was behind these murders, and how did they operate undetected for so long? The Long Island serial killer case is a grim tapestry of loss, exposing the shadows beneath a suburban paradise. The horror came to light in December 2010, when a police dog training exercise near Gilgo Beach uncovered a human skeleton wrapped in burlap. Within months, a search along Ocean Parkway revealed 9 more bodies, 8 women, 1 man, and a toddler, scattered across a 10-mile stretch. The Gilgo 4, found first, were Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello, all escorts in their 20s who advertised on Craigslist. They vanished between 2007 and 2010, strangled and wrapped in burlap, their bodies remarkably preserved by the coastal marsh. Further searches uncovered 6 more victims, some dismembered and spread across multiple sites. Identified victims included Jessica Taylor and Valerie Mack, killed years earlier, and an Asian male, possibly a sex worker, whose identity remains unknown. The toddler, a girl aged 16 to 24 months, was linked to one of the women, suggesting a killer who targeted a mother and child. The remains, some dating back to 1996, pointed to a killer active for nearly 2 decades, with a consistent method but varying disposal patterns. The investigation, led by Suffolk County Police, was daunting. The victims' transient lives, many estranged or unreported missing, delayed connections. Cell phone records showed the killer contacted the Gilgo 4 via burner phones, taunting their families with calls after their deaths. Melissa Barthelemy's sister received calls describing her murder, the voice calm and mocking. No DNA or fingerprints were found on the burlap, and the remote beaches offered no witnesses. The killer's knowledge of police patrol routes suggested sophistication, possibly law enforcement experience. In 2022, a break came through digital forensics. Rex Heuermann, a 59-year-old architect and Long Island resident, was arrested in July 2023 for the Gilgo 4 murders. Charged based on DNA from a pizza crust he discarded, matching trace evidence on the victims, cell phone pings, internet searches for escorts, and his ownership of burlap sacks tied him to the crimes. Heuermann lived a double life: married, a father, and a Manhattan professional, yet allegedly hunted women from his suburban home. He pleaded not guilty, and his trial is ongoing, but police suspect he may not be responsible for all 10 killings, hinting at a second killer. The case's chilling details amplify its dread. The killer used Craigslist to lure victims, meeting them in hotels before disposing of their bodies miles away. The burlap sacks, coarse and industrial, suggested a killer with access to construction or maritime materials. The toddler's death pointed to a ruthless predator unbothered by innocence. Some victims were dismembered with surgical precision, hinting at anatomical knowledge. Taunting calls and the choice of isolated beaches suggested a killer who relished control and anonymity. Theories abound. Some believe Heuermann acted alone, his architectural work giving him cover to scout disposal sites. Others suspect a network, possibly involving police corruption, as early investigations ignored tips from sex workers. The unidentified victims and earlier killings, pre-2007, suggest a longer timeline, potentially linking to other unsolved cases like Atlantic City's 2006 murders. The Asian male's inclusion raises questions of a broader victim profile, possibly targeting marginalized groups beyond escorts. The investigation faced criticism for bias against sex workers, with police initially dismissing disappearances. Community outrage and media pressure, amplified by a 2010 Netflix documentary, pushed for answers. Genetic genealogy and cell tower data were crucial, but degraded evidence limits closure for the 6 unidentified victims. The case remains active, with Heuermann's home yielding a cache of weapons and disturbing search histories, yet gaps persist. Long Island's beaches, once idyllic, now carry a somber weight. Families of the victims, many from working-class backgrounds, hold vigils, demanding justice for those society overlooked. The Ocean Parkway stretch, lined with dunes and saltgrass, is a silent graveyard, its waves muffling the cries of the lost. Today, the Long Island serial killer case lingers as a partial mystery, with 10 confirmed victims, 1 charged suspect, and countless unknowns. The coast of Gilgo Beach whispers of a killer, or killers, who blended into suburbia, their motives buried in the sand. Was it one man's reign, a duo, or a deeper conspiracy? The burlap graves hold their secrets, a testament to lives erased and a justice still unfolding. If you enjoyed this videos, follow me, like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.